Moving on now to IRFC. Remember, the government is looking to divest stake in IRFC via an offer for sale. The offer for sale, that's OFS, opens for subscription today. It's 2%, but there is a green shoe option of another 2%. Manoj Kumar Dubey, Chairman and MD at IRFC, is now joining in. And this, by the way, is the first large-scale follow-on divestment since the company's listing in 2021. The IPO price was 26 and the OFS is coming at 104. Stock is down well. Some questions, sir, and thank you for joining in. Will the government look to exercise that additional 2% green shoe option? And what is the communication from the government with respect to further bringing it down because to get to 75%?
Good morning, Rima. So, as you rightly mentioned, today Government of India has come out with their offer for sale. As you mentioned, it is 2% for normal sale and there is a green shoe option of 2%. So, ideally, yes, as per the SEBI norms, the non-government holding has to come down to 75%. After 2021, the journey of IRFC has been a little different path. First, we started on single client model, then there was a pause. And in this current financial year, we have embarked on our journey of diversification. Last month, we spoke to you. And the way things are panning out, we are in a very sweet spot. We have already done what we gave the guidance for the whole financial year in terms of sanction of the estimates as well as the disbursements. And going forward, the next FY and next 5 years are looking very, very promising for IRFC for the fact that if you follow the budget, there are many announcements in the railway sector in terms of high-speed rail corridor and DFC, which should be our business in the future.
Okay. So just about getting back to it, will the government be looking to sell 2% or exercise the green shoe and sell 4%?
Well, that is their prerogative. Let us see how it pans out. But as the norms goes, 2% is the minimum that has to be given out. And if there is a good demand for the shares, it is for the government to take a call. Deepam is already there on the job. And let us see how the response comes for the buying of the shares. Our diversification mode and 2.0 is already on the platter, and we have spoken a lot on your channel also about the way we are doing things. So we as a company believe that our business plan and the models for next 5 to 7 years are rightly in place, and we are walking our talk. And coming quarters and the years are going to be very, very exciting and promising for the company.
No, but you and Deepam would have done some roadshows prior to the offer for sale. Can you give an indication of the kind of primary response, and therefore will you go up to 4%?
I mean, I won't comment on those things. Yes, we did roadshows to Singapore, to Hong Kong, to London a fortnight back, in Mumbai also. We try to discuss about new story of diversification that typically we call IRFC 2.0 to everyone. And the response was very, very positive in the sense that the kind of advantages we have as a company in terms of our very low overhead cost and the whole of government approach where we try to and we want to remain zero NPA, and despite that we are making 2x to 3x margins in our business. All these things are looking very promising. In fact, a few of the analysts talked about it's too good a story to believe. But we believe that this is a story which is already happening. We are walking the talk. And the 3 quarters that we already came out in this FY, it was double-digit growth in my PAT and then in my NIM also. And we, as I spoke to you last month also, we believe that for minimum 16 to 20 quarters, this story is going to sustain. Perhaps this is the story that we wanted to share with everybody. And based on that, perhaps the Government of India wishes to come out with this OFS.
Yes, you've been talking about it, 16 to 20 quarters. You have confidence that the story will play out, IRFC 2.0 diversification. So when we last spoke to you, you said that you've already surpassed your full year numbers. So sanctions could cross 80,000, disbursements can cross 30,000 crore. Can you give us an updated number now? What are you likely to end the year with on sanctions and disbursements?
So Rima, now that what we have already done, we are expecting that by the end of the FY, our sanction of assets should cross around 80 to 90,000 crore, which is nearly 1.5 times of what we had given the guidance. And in disbursements also, we will be crossing the mark with quite handsome more of disbursement. What is more exciting for us is the kind of businesses that we are having on the platter, the diversification that we are looking forward to in metro railways. There are quite a few projects where we are already in a very advanced stage, to the port financing, to the railway ecosystem financing. We believe that right from the first quarter of next FY, our disbursements also will pick up, which was not in the case in this FY because there was no pipeline earlier. Now that there is a solid pipeline, and at IRFC, we are looking for big ticket projects. We are not looking for 1,000 crore project or 2,000 crore project. Our normal size is more than 5,000 crore, that is half a billion. So anything which is going to be added in our kitty this year, it will be showing a very good disbursement right from the beginning of the next FY.
Okay. So you spoke about the budget. Any particular announcements in the budget which IRFC would be interested in? And could you give us details, specifically in terms of the potential customers, the size and the timeline?
Yes, Rima. So that's a very important thing that we needed to discuss here. In the budget, there is an announcement of 7 high-speed rail corridors and 1 dedicated freight rail corridor from West Bengal to Surat in Gujarat. Now, these businesses were typically funded by bilaterals. As you know, World Bank and JICA and all used to come and fund it. Now that we have done one refinancing of World Bank loan at DFCCIL, you saw it, $1.2 billion worth we did in one go. So we are going to be one of the important financiers for this more than $20 billion kind of investment which is coming in the next 5 years. And we are already working on that, giving a solution in terms of ECB loans as well as the domestic mix. So that is coming out to be more than 2 lakh crore. So this funding is also something which is on the platter of the IRFC. We are looking at the modalities. We are speaking to the siblings that are there in the railway ecosystem. And of course, this will give a lot of fillip to us in our assets under management going forward also.
So you're saying from the budget announcements of this year, 2 lakh crore of opportunity opens up for IRFC. Is that correct?
Absolutely. As you see this 7 high-speed rail corridors and dedicated freight corridor. Now, the funding model is not open right now, but we believe that 100% is not coming from GBS, as was the case in case of dedicated freight corridor, as well as the high-speed rail corridor that is right now going on. All the funding came from bilaterals. Now, IRFC has started positioning itself as a domestic funder, where either we collaborate with the bilaterals or multilaterals, or we did on our own. We can bring in the ECB loans also, as well as the domestic funding. And we are trying to give a solution on the cost-plus model, which is looking very attractive for the users also.
Thank you, Mr. Dubey, for joining in. Always a pleasure chatting with you. IRFC, the stock is down today, 4%, but that's on account of an offer for sale. The price has been set at 104, and the stock is gravitating towards that level.